You're also looking just at a screen.
You're also looking at nothing.
I want to do what Sinclair does. I want to watch on the screen and see all the stuff go down and tell people what to do. That's what I want to do.
To begin with, what drew you to your characters in the Copenhagen Test?
I thought that the world was so interesting, and I always think it's fun to be the odd man out of a world. And Parker is one of the only people who's brand new to this life, this world, at the beginning of the series. And as an actor, I find that helpful because I was new to the show, and so you're allowed to kind of progress with your character. So I think that was really fun for me, was discovering in real time with my character how I fit into this project in particular.
Yeah, so interesting too, because now that you mention it, everyone kind of is an outsider on it. Like every character is their own sort of outsider. Maybe a little bit different for Brian, Darcy James, but like I feel like we're all sort of in our own little pocket. I like that too. I also, for me, I like playing. It's an interesting character because he almost seems like he's an antagonist or a villain or someone who you're not going to like, quote unquote. But in actual fact, he's someone who's seeing the truth and no one is listening to him. And I actually find that really fascinating because he's not some altruistic, perfect kind of figure in any kind of way. He's complicated too and rigid and has his own problems, but he's actually right in what he's seeing. And it's just he's not being told. And I find that kind of frustration really fun to play because you have to cloak that frustration in a sort of obedience. And that's a nice contrast.
So my next question is, what was the emotionally demanding scene for you to shoot?
We had a lot or a few moments in the show in my experience, because we're in a control room and we're watching missions play out. And there were quite a few missions that up until they were realized we were not sure we're going to go according to plan. And those were always really intense days because we'd have a room full of people watching these monitors, just kind of holding your breath and, you know, is this going to happen? Is it going to work out? It's all hanging on a string. And we conjured a few of those moments, and those were surprisingly emotional days. And, you know, even if you're not speaking, those are high energy intensity days on set.
You're also looking just at a screen.
You're also looking at nothing. So it's all in our imagination, and you hope we're all just imagining the same thing. So
I think that my character makes a decision at one point that leads to sort of a catastrophic event in the way I went about it. And at a certain point, Brian Darcy James' character gives me a talking to about it. And I actually think I'm going to be let go from the orphanage. And I don't really have much to say in that scene, but there's so much going on. And that's always kind of a treat in a way to not say too much. But when you have so much to say and you don't say much is also a great challenge for an actor. It's a fun thing, but it's not easy because you're not putting it all out there.
Okay. Since we have time constraint here, so my final question will be, if there's a season 2, what would you explore in your character next?
All I'm hoping for is some combat. I think that would be great. I think I'd be fantastic at fighting. Okay. So if you're listening, Jennifer and Thomas, I want to get in the ring.
I want to do what Sinclair does. I want to watch on the screen and see all the stuff go down and tell people what to do. That's what I want to do.
All right. There's one more question. Has working on the series changed your perspective on the themes it deals with?
I try not to think about it. I try not to think about it because, you know, it's all feeling like that. These kinds of things are more and more in the realm of possibility. And I think at a certain point, you just have to make your peace with it, that, you know, you can't stop technology and you can't stop people doing evil deeds. So you just got to be comfortable with your entire life being potentially exposed.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mark and Sinclair. It was great talking to you guys.
Thanks. Nice meeting you.